shout out to Post Up. I'm gonna leave a link to this video and his page in the description, so you go check out his content. He's trying to reach 1,000 subs, like me, but I'm not gonna reach it ever. Anyway, the point of this video is twofold. One is to dive slightly into the reasoning behind the co-op and Forge delay of Halo Infinite as releasing holiday 2021 this year, and two is to talk about the reactions. Now, I'm not gonna go through all of this. I'm not gonna read all this because, like I said, you go hit the link for posts, give him a view, and you know, show him some support and all that good stuff. After you please subscribe, please sub to me first, then go and sub to Post. First to me, then to Post. More people will watch. Anyway, the point is, TLDR, it says right there. I'll read this part. Campaign had a lot of content cut and needed massive reworks to work. After which, oh boy, wow, reading is fundamental riff. That's really rare. TLDR. Campaign had a lot of content. Campaign had a lot of cut content and needed massive reworks to work after we switched hard off Chris and took in Joseph's direction for the game. Now that's pertaining to Chris Lee, who was the guy before. He was the lead before, and then Joe Staten came in and he said, nah, I don't like this. Nah, son. That's what all that other stuff up there. That's what he says. Like, nah. This ain't gonna be no Ubisoft game, son. This is Halo. Let's go. And so he said nope. And then he said shuffle the deck, B. And then they did that, and that's what's up. All right. But it mostly uses assets and work we had in 2020 just shuffled around. All right. So that's the main thing. And this is the last of it here. And this is pertaining to the co-op not being the way that Chris Lee had the game. This would have worked, but the way that Joseph is now structuring the game, as far as linearity and the how do you say, the sandbox, how big the sandbox is, what the objectives are. If you're playing 4-player co-op, if all 4 players go off in their separate corners, how's that going to work? How are checkpoints going to work? All these things. So they're trying to figure that out. They're trying to figure out the best solution for that, and that's why it's delayed, because they switched last year. Because when they showed it off the first time, it was Chris Lee time. That was like, yo, this is the Far Cry, this is the Ghost Recon Wildlands Halo. That's what it would have been. That's what Halo Infinite would have been. Would have been Ghost Recon's Wildlands. And I don't know who's to say. It might have been good, might have been not. But I think Joseph Staten, his direction is more of a hybrid of what Chris was doing and what Halo is. You know what I mean? So the original Halo, linear, checkpoint to checkpoint. Boom, right? Linear story. We're talking about campaign here. And so it's still a bigger open sandbox with multiple objectives that you can do in any order, but I guess the way that they did it and shuffled it around, you have to do them in a certain order, regardless of where they are on the map on that sandbox section. And each section is kind of gated off with these Forerunner gates or whatever, massive Forerunner gates. So you have to do da in order to open the gate. Makes sense. So yeah, okay, I can see how when you explain it, then it's like, oh, okay, that's why it was delayed. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. So once again, shout out to Post Up. Click that. Just close that. Now, to all the ponies. No, first I'm going to address the Halo fans who are disappointed. Get used to disappointment. COVID is still happening. People are acting like it's not. I'm looking at fools. I'm like, I'm looking at the news. I don't watch news as much as I don't watch the news a lot because it is very depressing. I don't like to be depressed. I don't like to be angry. When I see what's happening in the news, which is what's happening in the world, which is mainly in this country, but it is worldwide. Let's be real. But at least me living in America, I can say I have a part in controlling the narrative. Does that make sense? I can play my part in making it a better place. Let's just say, pertaining to doing what I need to do in order to get past this. And I look at all these other fools who still think it's a hoax. It's not real. Nope. Okay, we're getting off of that. But the point is that I don't know what the point was. Why did I go there? But y'all need to realize that the state of the world has affected everyone. So you can't live in your la la land video game world and expect it not to be affected. You know who makes video games? People. You know who people are? People are your neighbors. People are the regular people who have regular family, regular problems, who are affected just as much, who may have had tragedy because of this bullshit. You know what I mean? So don't be disappointed. Don't be like, oh no, my video game ain't coming. Shut up. How about that? I say it, and I say it every day till I dead. That's not even right. Anyway, look. I will say this: the delay of the co-op and Forge. First of all, for me personally, don't care. Doesn't affect me because first thing I do when I play a Halo game, I play through the campaign. That's it. I play through the campaign, and then I might dip in some multiplayer a little bit, and then I'm like, nah, it's all right. And then, what's going on in Forge? But I've gone on Forge a little bit here. They tried to build a map. I was like, this isn't me, but it's kind of cool tool. So for me personally, nothing has changed. Halo's gonna be Halo Infinite. When it pops off, I'm gonna be playing the hell out of it, just like all the other Halos. And if I'm doing this like this, then there are millions of people just like me who don't care about co-op and multiplayer, and or I'll say Forge, not co-op campaign, but I say co-op and Forge. Now, I'm not saying that those aren't important parts, pieces, modes of the Halo Infinite package, but what I am saying is that the foundation needs to be right. The foundation is there based on that leaky leak that Post Up put up. It's in question, yes, but it's not in question because co-op's not there or Forge is not there. It's in question because they had to change direction. First they changed the engines, right? And that was like, okay, delay. You wonder why it took 6 years. Then it changed direction. It was like, okay, the game's done. We just got to polish it. And then Joe come in there. It's like, what the hell? Nah, this is hot garbage. Y'all got to fix this. Nope. Start over. But we're coming out this year. No, you're not. And that's not going to happen. My name's Joe, and that ain't how it would go. Look. Some people don't know who Joe Staten is. I go back and forth from Staten to Staten. I think it's Staten because Staten Island. It's spelled the same way. Anyway, if you know who Joe Staten is, he was one of the original people on the original Halo. He's in there. He also voiced the Grunts, I believe his voice is the Grunts. Also, he's a writer. He's been at Microsoft for a while. Okay, behind the scenes, bringing, closing out games, pulling them across dragging them across the finish line. He worked on, I believe he wrote the story for Recore. I believe. I gotta look that up. And the thing about Recore is the story wasn't bad. It was just really the playability of the game. The game wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best game to play. So it was one of those triple B games. But as far as like the story itself, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's all right. So Joe Staten is a proven good asset. It's a proven asset to any place that he belongs, that he lands or whatever. And his judgment in taking what was Halo Infinite before they ceremoniously or unceremonious, whatever, before Chris left, taking that and turning it into something that wouldn't be hailed as, oh, this is just Far Cry. Because that's what happens when people see stuff. They be like, oh, that's just Far Cry. Well, Halo, Far Cry. You know, then the memes will start, and then they'll put Craig's face on a Far Cry character or something, or they'll put Master Chief in the Far Cry background. That's what will happen. But now that Joe came in and said, nah, we can't do that because memes. They're like, oh, snap, we weren't thinking. Yeah, you're right. So for the people who are disappointed, get over it. You know, I'm not going to be nice like some of these influencers. Like, oh, you know, you got to understand the people who do. No. Take your silver spoons out your booty holes. That's not it. So take it, the silver out your mouth. Silver spoon. You remember that show, Silver Spoons? Okay, I barely remember it too. Remember? Richard Schroeder? What's Rick now? Stop being spoiled. Stop expecting video games to be all that they can be in the army. Look, all I'm saying is that, you know, the world is the world. You should have expected disappointment. 2020 was a disappointing year. And that aftermath, the domino effect of what happened and is still happening, remember, it's still happening. It's going to affect everything. Why do you think God of War is not out? Why do you think Horizon Forbidden West is not out? Same reason. But is the same energy there? No. Moving on to the ponies. When The Last of Us 2 launched without multiplayer, what was there? Oh man, I can't believe it. Last of Us 2 sucks, man. Oh man. Cause the multiplayer, no. Mainly because everybody was upset because Abby had big muscles. And y'all were like, nah, she can't have big muscles. She can't have bigger muscles than mimic me. I'm a man. She can't, no. You know, smash your expectations of reality for a little bit and you get mad. For the wrong reasons. I got mad at that story because the story, like how they did Joel in the order, and not really how they did Joel. Well, it was how they did Joel, but it was really just the order of things, right? And how they set up the characters to be likable or unlikable. It was just weird. I'm like, there's ways to. I mean, I'm not even a good writer. Anyway, tangent. All I'm saying. I say that a lot, don't I? Last of Us 2 still doesn't have multiplayer. Factions, remember? Is that what it's called? Right? Still, when did the Last of Us 2 come out? When did the Last of Us 2 come out? Come on. Not 2019. June 19th. Oh, it's been over a year. It's been over a year from The Last of Us Part 2's release. Where's the multiplayer? What? You know, they announced, oh yeah, we're gonna separate the multiplayer. When did they announce that? Last of Us Part 2. Oop. 2 multiplayer news. Let's see what. Last of Us 2 once had a multiplayer. Will not be included. So they said it's going to be. Here it is. Studio announced in September. The Last of Us Part 2 won't include a multiplayer component. Was originally planned. Okay. All right. So the difference is that Halo. Well, see, here's the thing, right? And people don't see this. People don't understand don't understand timelines, what happened. So while Chris Lee was in charge, Chris was like, yo, this is the Chris Lee Halo Infinite. They announced all these things. They said, yeah, multiplayer's there, everything's on track, blah, 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 right? And then Chris was like, pew, And then Joe came in and was like, that's when everything changed. Once Joe got in there, then, yeah, guess what? The multiplayer, nah. I mean, the co-op, nah. Forge, nope. You know what I mean? So, I think Forge was always going to be after. But once again, Forge is an additive thing to the base game. Forge wasn't in 1. Forge wasn't in 2. So what are y'all crying about? I understand standards have changed. But there can't be, we have to keep that same energy. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, Halo sucks because it's not complete, and then Last of Us 2 just ignore the fact that they're doing the same exact thing. They did the same exact thing, except they announced it a year before because they knew it ain't gonna happen. It's like, oh, it's too big and glorious that we can't do it. It's like, no, you're putting it all in on the game on the single player. That's why you ain't got time to actually mess with no multiplayer. So remember, it's been a year. It's, like I said, more than a year. So that year, you guess what they're working on? They're working on their factions. That's what they're doing right now. You're like, I wonder what they're gonna, what's Naughty Dog gonna do for the factions? That's what they're gonna. That's what they're doing right now. So if you think a new Uncharted's coming real quick, you got nope. And plus, they're gonna have to do. It's gonna have to be cross-play. I mean, cross-generational. It's gonna have to be a cross-gen game because they don't have enough PlayStation 5s out there. They say 10, but I'm looking at 8. I'm looking at 8 realistically. Anyway, y'all ain't keeping that same energy. Almost every exclusive on PlayStation side has been delayed. So, and also, when Halo was initially delayed, Halo Infinite was delayed from 2020 to 2021. Everybody was like, oh man, it sucks, oh, blah, blah, doom and gloom. Then Cyberpunk comes, Then, in hindsight, everybody's like, yeah, that was the right move. 343, that was smart. That was smart, right? This is the same. This is the exact same thing. This is even more of that. This is even more of that because they know that it's not ready. Based on that post up. They know it's not ready. I mean, campaign might barely be ready. But once again, or not once again, something I didn't even mention, Halo Infinite is a live game. It's not like, one and you're done. That's not what Microsoft does. That's a Sony thing. That's not Microsoft. So there is a campaign, but there will be updates to that campaign. There will be updates to the multiplayer. Obviously, they do that all the time. Forge, they'll have play modes, Griffball, all that stuff, right? Community stuff, all that stuff. But as far as the campaign, they'd be like, okay, season 1, season 2, will they do the campaign as seasons as well? Who knows? All I'm saying is that the way that they're building the game is going to allow them to add content because it's basically a giant open world in segments, right? So maybe a couple years down the road when they give up development on the Xbox One platform and it's all Series X, they can say, okay, this is the major update, Halo Infinite 2.0 version, and everything's open it all the way up. I think that's what they're doing. They're building it in such a way. Well, first they're building it in such a way that it can accommodate what was there already. And as they go through this 10-year cycle, this 10-year game that they are planning, it will be able to morph and form. And the fact that it's a Halo ring that can morph and form and change anyway, terraform itself, allegedly. They can add new sections. Come on, son. We're talking about game development here. So they can do all these things. Just think about Destiny. I mean, Destiny's a bad example because that was a rough launch. Stories like what? Now they're like, oh, the story is so good. I'm like, I don't even know who what is. I know the wizard was on the moon or something. I don't know. And Peter Dinklage. That's it. That's all I know. I'm just saying. All yo crybabies, stop crying. All you ponies who are on doom and gloom, look at yourself in the mirror. And remember, Naughty Dog pulled the same shenanigans on you. Now, these aren't shenanigans. Because, well, they aren't shenanigans because the environments had the environment in the studio changed. The leads changed, and the new boss said, "Nah, we're not having this." And this was last year. Like I think they said this year February is when they were testing this new version of Halo Infinite, and it was working. Where they had rearranged the assets and their checkpoints and all this stuff, and it was working. So, prior to that, it was like all of 2020. Basically, they had to stop and basically remake a game. So look, I've rambled on long enough. All I'm saying is that y'all need to relax. All these doom and gloom headlines, I know that's how you get the views. That's how you get the. I'm gonna probably do the same thing. I just don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I'm gonna maybe, because I need some views and stuff. I need more subs than views, but views is good too. But look, Halo Infinite, when it launches, is good based off of the multiplayer tech test. Come on, son. I'm like, I don't even like multiplayer that much, right? I was looking at that. I was like, yeah, okay. That's the most Halo I've seen in a long time. I'm like, man, it feels like it's extra more Halo. Just like how everything's kind of bouncy and everybody's shooting, like reflecting bullets off the walls. I'm like, yo, this looks like crazy. So, yeah, man, y'all. I'm running out of words to say. I'm disappointed at you, the gamer audience. I'm disappointed at you all, because you're taking this road down the negativity trains. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a lot of people playing it, and that's the main thing about these ponies. Okay, ponies, look. The main thing about y'all ponies, you're scared. You're scared that a half-baked game is gonna destroy everybody. I'm looking at Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm like, okay, at least Halo doesn't have to worry about Call of Duty this year. I saw that. I'm like, what? Huh? What are they? Okay, yeah, nah. Even though Sledgehammer is doing it, right? Because Sledgehammer, I think, is like almost the top over there. They've done some Thug Thizzle stuff over there. They've done some good work, right, on Call of Duty. But I was like, nah, son, that's So Halo doesn't have to worry about Call of Duty. They have to worry about Battlefield more than Call of Duty. They have to worry about Apex and Fortnite and all these other games because free to play. So honestly, to close, Halo doesn't have anything to worry about. All these fools on Twitter, YouTube, or whatever who are talking shit, we're like, oh man, they get me, I'm so disappointed. No. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. Halo's gonna be fine. Halo's gonna be better than fine. I'm not even like a super Halo, advocate or anything. I like the single player, like Cortana. She's cool. I like Cortana Light, whatever the weapon, whatever her name. She's cool too. Same thing. But, I'm interested in the story and the journey of John, and I'm interested to where they take it. Give us some more. We don't need any more Prometheans or librarians or whatever. Just give us some, let us know what's up. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate. Remember, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, America time, I do a podcast on twitch.tv/Electron Bandit. You can check it out there. But more importantly, I need subs. I need to get that to that 1,000 subs so that YouTube could be like, oh, you're not invisible anymore. You exist. If y'all didn't know, any person on YouTube who has 1,000 subs can start getting a couple of pennies for ads and stuff. And I need to get a new computer, basically. I mean, that's really the reason why. It's like I do all this stuff and I spend all this time for what? It's really for me. I'm gonna be real. It's really for me to keep my brain exercised. And if you guys enjoy it, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I'm doing wrong besides always being negative about Sony. Besides that, I mean, that's like a reflex. It's like, hit my knee, my leg go up. It's just a reflex. I can't help it. But other than that, and music coming soon. Songs coming soon. Videos, music videos coming soon. I just shot a music video with Sheena O'Murray. Go check out her. Go check her out on Instagram, and I think she's on Twitter, I believe. Yeah, she's on Twitter. All her plays. Just go to her website, SheenaOMurray.com. Sheena, or Sheena O Murray, like, you know, Murray, Murray. Yeah, .com. That's not even her website. See, I just messed it up. It's I'll put it in a link below. I put it because I don't remember it right. It's like SheenaLovesYou.com, something like that. I can't remember. I'm such a bad person because my memory doesn't work anymore. But that's C. But that's okay, as long as I don't get too angry, I guess.